There's a strange quiet after the battle, not the silence of defeat, but the deep ringing stillness that comes when you've stopped fighting for other people's comfort and started standing fully in your own skin. Literally a time from the start of this particular video to the end of the video, to be honest, about like a month has passed, roughly speaking. Actually, probably 2 weeks and a half. I don't know where time goes or what time really is. But point being is that I feel that sentence. I feel this next sentence. Choosing yourself is not a one-time mic drop. It is not a dramatic exit from the stage of society where you shout, "F you all!" and walk into the sunset without a backward glance. It's messier, it's less cinematic, and more lived in. You know, when you say no to a world that thrives on your yes, you feel it everywhere. The shift in your friendships, the absence of certain invitations, the way people start saying, "You've changed," as if that's an actual insult. No. What they don't see is the peace that comes with that change. The quiet joy of eating lunch in bed without guilt, the victory of not explaining why you're resting, the liberation of letting a text go unanswered because you don't owe a constant performance of accessibility. This is the aftermath of choosing yourself. Some doors close, some stay shut. And you know what? The ones that actually do open, the ones that truly are meant for you, they open wide and they open to you, not to the mass version of yourself that the world actually preferred. No. They open just for you being the way you are. And through this 2.5 week vlog, I experienced that. But through the very first moment that I started recording this to the very last moment, which was probably a month's time, I've been uncovering that the same way that you've been with this mini doc, this mini series all month long. So yeah, the truth is living loud isn't always about volume. Sometimes it's about presence. It's about walking into a room, whether that's the physical room or a Zoom call or a doctor's office or a family gathering, with your needs intact and your spine straight, even when your body's tired. You don't owe the world silence. You don't owe it to a softened, diluted version of your truth. You owe yourself the dignity of taking up space, even when it's inconvenient for others. Because here's the thing. When you stop contouring yourself to fit into a space that was never made for you in the first place, you create a space big enough for your actual life. Visibility is a double-edged sword. On one side, it's light, it's warm, it's affirming, it's life-giving, the kind of light that finds you after years of hiding, the kind of light that says, "I see you exactly as you are, and you belong here." On the other side, it's heat, harsh, burning, exposing. It peels away your privacy, leaves you vulnerable to stares, whispers, unsolicited advice, and even pity disguised as kindness. And here's the truth that most people won't tell you. You don't have to want visibility to still need it. Because being invisible, like really invisible, it is its own kind of suffocation. It's walking through the world knowing people's eyes slit over you because they can't reconcile your existence with their expectations. It's realizing entire systems are built without ever imagining you would need access, dignity, or safety. So for those of us with chronic illnesses or disability, visibility is political, whether we like it or not. When you exist outside an able-bodied norm, simply being seen becomes an act of resistance. And yet, it's one that cost us, because the price of being seen. So for example, when I started speaking up about my body, my illness, my needs, the reactions split into two camps. The quiet cheerleaders, people who are saying you're inspiring them, but also I'm relieved it's not me. And the discomfort critics, people who say that I'm dwelling on it or making it my identity because they'd rather I pretend it doesn't exist. And you learn quickly that visibility doesn't mean universal acceptance. It just means exposure. It means people will feel entitled to your story, your medical history, your emotional labor, all because you dare to exist out loud. And it means navigating that balance of how much of yourself do you share? How much do you keep? Let alone how much of yourself do you share online via YouTube videos and more. Here's where fire means intimacy. Visibility isn't just about advocacy. It's about survival. Because invisibility lets injustice hide in plain sight. If people can't see you, they can't see the harm being done to you. When we make ourselves visible, even in small ways, we force the world to look. We put cracks in the illusion that everyone's fine, that access isn't an issue, that illness only exists in hospital beds and charity commercials. Your wheelchair in the grocery store aisle, that's visibility. Your cane in your dating profile pictures, that's visibility. Your no when someone pushes you past your limits, that's visibility. And every act of it, big or small, matters. And once again, you get to choose. You don't owe the world your full story, no matter if you're offline or not, or online or not. You can be visible on your terms. You can share one sentence, one photo, one truth, and still be powerful. Visibility isn't about turning your life into an open book for strangers. It is about refusing to erase yourself to make others more comfortable. And here's the fire part. You're allowed to take up space without permission. You're allowed to be loud and your needs met without apology. You're allowed to exist so boldly that someone who once ignored people like you has to change the way they move through the world. Because that's what living loudly really is. Not just being seen, but being un-erasable. You contort yourself so long before something breaks. And sometimes your body and sometimes your mind. And sometimes, if you're lucky, it's the illusion that you never really had to fit in their box in the first place. So the moment you stop trying to fit into a life built for somebody else, you give yourself permission to start building one of your own. Not a smaller one, not a quieter one, not a, well, I guess this one will do one. A life that is wide enough, soft enough, strong enough to hold you, the real, complicated, unedited you. When you rebuild a life that fits you, you don't start with what's missing. You start what's non-negotiable. Rest that isn't rationed, relationships that don't make you shrink, work that doesn't demand you to bleed to be worthy, joy that isn't conditional on good days. It's not about adding more. It's about subtracting the things that drain you until what's left is solid, livable, and yours. And yeah, while I'm recording this, I feel messy, I feel chaotic, I feel like I need to rest. And I'm pushing myself to record one more time for two reasons. On one hand, because this is as real can get. I am exhausted from the day-to-day life, lots of decisions being made, lots of fast-paced moves, few people that just didn't irk me the right way that I have to shake off, alongside with a whole set of new souls that want my attention and I want to give them my attention. All in all, to make me feel like I'm burning myself out a little too much for my own good, which is a whole lot at the end of the day. So as I record this as a reminder that, one, the people that you listen to are human beings, no matter what platform they're on. We all have our backstory, no matter how beautiful our life looks on screen. And to continue choosing joy, like for real. Like this is what joy is. Not only these moments shared and these moments on stage or off stage at the beach with friends or with my cats. Recording this right now for you, it's joy. And like it says here, like I wrote once more, it's not about adding more. It's about subtracting the things that drain you. So everything that's left is actually solid, livable, and yours. You know, rebuilding isn't linear. Some days you feel powerful, unstoppable even. And others you find yourself doubting whether you deserve a life that actually fits you at all. And you do. You always deserve a life. You always deserve a life that fits you in every single one of your needs. So there's a grit in saying, I can't do this the way they want me to, but there's grace in saying that's okay because I'm doing it my way. And here's the part that people miss. Living loud isn't just for you. It is. It's mainly for you. It's mainly for me. And this is who I am at this moment in time. But it's also for the people watching. Whether you're online or offline, people are always watching. The ones who are still hiding, who are still shrinking, still thinking that they have to earn their right to exist. When you rebuild a life that fits you, you make it easier for them to do the same. Your audacity becomes their permission slip. Your present becomes proof. And yeah, this is the part of the story where we circle back to the very beginning. About 4 videos ago, because this is the 5th one of the series. You've gone from survival to rebellion to reclamation and now to creation. And the truth is that this chapter doesn't really end. You are tweaking the blueprint, you are reinforcing the foundations, you are making space for yourself over and over again until the life that you live is not the one that you were handed, but the one that you built. And that's the freedom that they never want you to have. However, that's the power they can't take back. And that's the kind of loud that doesn't fade. Hug tighter, love stronger. Thank you so much for being on this wild ride of ours. You're so loved. You're so needed. Take up space. Cheers.